Yes.
Merry presence welcome, Mama Liberia shall rise again. Arise and take your place among nations. Arise, for your light has come. The weapon formed against you shall prosper. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Na 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 na. Na 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 na, Mama Liberia shall rise again.
All you Liberians, give praise to the Lord, give him thanks for all he has done.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, restore your economy, restore your integrity. Can't you see what is doing in the land?
He's in charge of laws and beauty. There is peace and stability. Alright, give him the praise.
Let us rise from our slumber and let in our thoughts. Arise, oh arise. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Na 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 na.
Hey, D-Man.
Na 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 na, Mama Liberia shall rise again. In the face of uncertainty, He guide us step by day, just to show how much He cares about you and me. If we come together, children of this life, we're burning high.
No more running everywhere.
Let us rise and give Him the praise.
Hold your peace and God shall fight your battle.
Mama Liberia shall rise again. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Mama Liberia shall rise again. We'll stand forever. We'll stand forever. We'll overflow over land and sea. The sand will never, more and forever. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Arise, arise, arise. For your light has come. Arise and take your place. Arise, arise. Mama Liberia, arise and shine. Shine, for your light has come. Arise, arise. Mama, for your light has come. Arise and shine. Shall rise again.
All you Liberians, give praise to the Lord, give him thanks for all he has done.
Yes, restore your economy, restore your integrity. Can't you see what is doing in the land?
He's in charge of laws and beauty. There is peace and stability. Alright, give him the praise.
Let us rise from our slumber and let in our thoughts. Arise, oh arise.
Oh yes. Mama Liberia shall rise again. Shall rise again.
In the days of uncertainty, He guide us step by day, just to show how much He cares about you and me. If we got
It's good to be in your company this afternoon. Afternoon of my time, Welcome to the program, This is Development Point. This afternoon we will be on education. Education in Liberia. Mr. Robert Tume, welcome. Good afternoon to all of you, Good afternoon all the way there from Paris. Good afternoon from USA. Welcome to this wonderful program. Development Point. Liberia for all of us. So we all have to participate, Right now we're in Nima County. Nima County, that's Gio, isn't it? No, we get confused, Grand Jide and Nima County. I'm talking about Gio and Minor. I got to struggle for that one. My history teacher don't taught me that one. Even my civic education, I don't know if I ever read civic anyway. So I'm still struggling between Grand Jide and Nima County with respect to the dollars from there. The only thing I hear there is Jesus, The rest is a nice beat and a great voice. Oh, Jesus, thank you for this day. Oh, Jesus in Mali, Jesus in Cote d'Ivoire. I heard that one. All right, let me see. Welcome to this afternoon, the edition of the Development Point. My name is Max K. Max K Mixer. I'm here. I'm bringing you great programs here every time and then. Appreciate you following as well, wherever you are. wherever you are, in whatever land you are out there. I appreciate you. Let me go across the continent to say, wherever you're watching from right now. Sorry, we're not on radio right now. We're having some technical problem. But whatever you're following right now, whichever country you represent on this particular platform, I want to say, let me say good afternoon to you from my end. A great Monday. A great day, great way to also start the show, to start the week as well. Some of you perhaps are on lunch now, and so I want to take some of your time so we can have some discussion here. All I want is for you to also chip in and make your contribution. Now, this is it. Back to the drawing board. This afternoon, what I want us to look at is the issue of education. The issue of education, but especially in my country, in our country, Liberia. And this afternoon, I am here because I want to do a follow-up to the post I put out yesterday evening, calling on the President Dr. George Weah, appealing to him to please see reason this year, starting this September, appealing to this government under the leadership of President George Weah. Now that we know we get some money now. I'll come to elaborate on that. But first of all, I want to send out my appeal to the president and his government to please relieve a burden this year, from this year. Oh, sorry, your network, sorry. Morovia network now. Morovia, how it is. Sorry, Omar. And I want to send out this appeal. I want you to join me this afternoon. Let us send this appeal to the president. We want him and his government to please take an initiative that he will relieve our some burdens on our people. Thank you, Saras. Thank you. I don't mind. If I get a job, I'll go there. I will leave the UK and come to work for my country. I don't mind. Okay? I want you this afternoon to join me. Let us appeal to the President of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Weah, to please launch free education for at least, let's start it. I want to set a boundary. We don't have to go all the way to high school. From pre-grade level to at least 9th grade. We can try that for even 2 years for our people. I'll do some comparison. But let us appeal first of all to the president and his government. Because as we speak right now in Monrovia, in Liberia, across the country Liberia, parents are complaining. In fact, some of them are saying they can't even afford to register their children this year. So meaning we will have more children out of school. More children are supposed to start their first year out of school as compared to maybe some years back. Mr. President, we're begging you. You're always telling us your background, how you came up, how you struggle in life, how your parents struggle as well. And even to send you to school as well. You always told us So your coming, especially so when it is still being referred to as the masses' choice. Masses' choice. We want you to please help our parents, to please help the generation to come. We can support you in this. I will bring a comparison with what President Manda Bio did recently in Sierra Leone. We'll have a video, we'll have a little bit clip on that so you can follow. Liberia is the oldest republic. We gave birth to so many countries across the continent. I know about the whole world. Some of them. We gave birth. Liberia gave birth to them. And today, most of these countries they left Liberia way behind after gaining their independence or so. But I'm not going to go into that too deeply. I want to stick on education this afternoon. I want you, me, plus the rest of us to stick on education this afternoon, because education for me is paramount. Regardless that I did struggle as well financially, my parents did struggle for me to even graduate from high school. I'm not talking about me having 2 degrees now, also. But for me to have achieved my high school education, it was a huge struggle. And so, Mr. President, if the two of us are sitting in one shoes this afternoon, I think you will agree with me that indeed free education from elementary to at least junior high, which is to at least 9th grade level, to the end of junior high, which is 9th grade. Please, Mr. President, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. So please lead us and let's launch free education for our children. We're begging you. I am begging you on behalf of those parents that are right now struggling. Some of them, somebody just sitting in their home there and they're thinking they don't even know how they will get the first $100 Liberian dollars. Even though, we have state school and they say it's free, but there's nothing free. We know this. They ask children to register, to pay money to register. They ask parents to contribute whatever fees is it, whether it's breakage fee, and all of fees are always collected. And parents right now are struggling. They're stranded. They can't even raise the first $100 to send to kick up the registration. Mr. President, do not look at it this way. Do not turn your back on this one. We're begging you. Me are begging you. There are other things since you came to power, like you have been very, very, taking kind of a mild step on them also. But this one, Mr. President, I am begging you on behalf of those parents, on behalf of those agreeing with me on this platform this afternoon. I am begging you, Mr. President. We can do it. Please lead us and let us launch free education for our children, at least from preschool level to 9th grade. I'm not going to go to high school. Maybe you say the burden is too much. Let me welcome you, amongst all of you. Let me welcome everybody, but exclusively let me welcome another a strong advocate for some rights advocate, Gwendolyn Myers. Welcome to the show. I've been following your work. You're doing extremely well, and you also placing Liberia on the map. You've been to countries that perhaps people have not known Liberia much, and you have gone and represented Liberia, and did your work diligently there. So on behalf of all the advocates, I just want to appreciate you on behalf of them this afternoon. Gwendolyn Myers, welcome to the show. You are a wonderful, wonderful lady. And keep doing what you're doing as well. God will bless you and bless you plenty. You know, we know for me personally as an advocate, I'm not doing it because for myself. I'm not doing it because of my mother. I'm not even doing it because of my children. But I'm doing it because of that child that was born this morning in that village, in that town. I want the future of that child to be prepared ahead of them. That is what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing here. So Gwendolyn, thank you for the work. And God continue to bless you as well. Whatever you're doing right now, it's not for your own benefit, we know this. For me, I know. It's not for my benefit, but for the benefit of the entire country, especially our children that are coming up. So I salute you. And so let me come back to the matter. If you can't call, you can write down your points. I will read them later also. Julu, thank you. I think you kicked the ball rolling already. My eyes is not too much on it to know what to but definitely I will have a read through later. If you have time, we'll open the lines. We have two lines, line 1 and line 2, for you to make your contribution. You can even be in Liberia and call my line 1, or you call line 2 as well. Line 2 will be the video, and line 1 will be the telephone number, which is up already. So if you're in Liberia, you can call that number, because it's a USA number. And so the only way we can actually safeguard this nation for the better tomorrow is to invest in education, and especially early childhood education, because there where the burden is. There where we have to start impacting knowledge in our children. Early childhood education is so vital that by the time they reach to that 5th grade class, they have developed huge interest in education. By the time they're finishing with their junior high level, they are thinking now what they want to do in the future. They've developed their minds already. They are discussing between their friends. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a pharmacist. I want to be a chemist. Oh yes. And they'll begin to put their plans together as well. It's only because we have given them the opportunity to start education at a very, very early age. And the only way that opportunity can be utilized is for us as a nation to support them. So, Mr. President, I will keep reiterating my appeal to you this afternoon. Now, please, Mr. President, we will get on this bandwagon together with you. If other countries can do it, we can do it as well. If other countries that we are on the same level in terms of economic status or so, if they can do it, we can do it. We want you to please lead us. Let us launch free education for our children in Liberia, at least from the primary level, or let's say the primary level, let's say from the early childhood level up to 9th grade. I don't want to go up because maybe we'll say the burden is too much. We can try that for 2 years and see how we're getting on. Maybe after the 2 years now we can say, okay, up to high school level. We can do it. We have money. I know we have money. And you as well, who is right now watching this program, you know we have money in Liberia. But I am so concerned this morning that the very, very people that I am so much interested in developing education for them, so many of them today, their parents are saying that they can't afford to send them to school this year. That child is supposed to start the first grade this year. Failed to start. That failure in life starts right there. The achievement, the potential. It will start right there. The moment it makes that particular first step, and the year one will come as gone, and we know very, very well, we don't go by year as far as our education is concerned, except you come from a family that have, that really have money, that are well off, that you can start preschool at the, maybe age of 3 or so, like how it is done here. Sometimes a child will be about maybe 9 years old, so they tell you say they're in the first grade. The child will be about 6 years old, tell you say they're in the first grade. The child is 5 years old and tell you they're in the first grade also. Our children start school very, very late, and that alone is a burden as well on the parents and on they themselves. We have so many young people right now. Whenever I am in Liberia, I go around and try to engage, especially the young people. A lot of them that you meet, they will tell you they're in school. And they're pushing wheelbarrows and they're sponsoring themselves. A lot of the motorbike guys that are today moving around Monrovia, taking passengers and things, interacted with them during the election time. A huge number of them. For every time, sometimes I would just make a break. I say, let me stop to this bike center. Let me speak to the young people and think. Some of them will tell you, I just graduated from high school. Some of them will tell you, I'm in the 10th grade, I'm in the 11th grade. Why are you doing this? I'm only doing this to support myself and go to school and to also help my mom or my dad or so. So it's not really their plan to be there. So you see, the willingness to learn is there as well. But the opportunity to learn isn't there. And that opportunity is we don't need to create it for them. The state need to create it for them. Let me go on my video. I'm not going to be wasting time. You call in, I will just take your call. We will soon go to watch recently when President Weah launched a free education in Freetown, Sierra Leone. But let's see whether we can take our brother. But this morning, that's my appeal this morning, Mr. President. Please, a lot of children this morning, they're supposed to be starting school, very, very school, for the first time. But their parents are saying they can't afford. Some of them are in the junior high. Their parents are saying they can't afford to send them to school. We got state school. Imagine somebody say, I can't afford to send my child to a state school. You know what I mean? That is too costly. So that means we need to we need to revamp the whole educational sector then. Because we were told yesterday that state schools are free. Okay, they called us, according to Facebook, they said declined. So, but let's go to Freetown, Sierra Leone, to just back up what I'm talking here, because recently President Weah of Sierra Leone launched free education, money rose. Free education in Sierra Leone. primary and secondary school. I can't believe it. Huge ambition there. President Manda Bio is having there. And I can tell you the same way they did it. If we do it that way, we will be able to, we can achieve it. Ministers, everybody involved. Even those in Liberia, a minister that at least they can pay $16,000 to change a seat on a flight, to upgrade a seat on a flight. Imagine that $16,000 US we're talking about here. You know how many children that starting their school for the first year? You know how many children that will sponsor? And you know how many years at least? $16,000 US just to upgrade a seat on the flight. But let's go to Sierra Leone and stop calling me. Let's go to Sierra Leone and watch when the president of Sierra Leone was actually launching the free education in Sierra Leone. Let's go there and watch the video a little bit and also listen to them for a little while. Press the wrong button. And I know definitely we can make it. Okay, something happening here now. I'm sorry, what's happening here? Alright, sorry, I gotta get out of here and come back. Let me see what happening, which playing just now, but I don't know. I think that there's some connection that isn't really okay. Oh, okay.
Our number one priority is free quality education. If people more, we request more. Cabinet ministers, deputies, head of parastatals, ambassadors, members of the diplomatic corps, beneficiaries, children of Sierra Leone. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Personally, I am part of the free education family. As a member of the Sierra Leone People's Party and the secretary of the Manifesto Committee, we thought it was the right decision when it was advised by the president. I'm here today to translate President Weah into action. That's why I feel so committed to it, and I'm prepared as Minister of Finance to mobilize required resources for the success of this program. I'm very integral in the program. Ministry of Finance is represented at the Interministerial Partners Group platform, responsible for the overall coordination of the free quality education under the leadership of the dynamic Chief Minister, Professor Francis. The Ministry of Finance is also central in the technical committee on the free education, who have the numbers, who determine what to be given, who advise whether the free education can go on. We've done our work, we've got the numbers, we've worked with the Ministry of Education, and we think this can happen.
Thank you.
And there are a series of discussions from Washington to Busan to ECOWAS to all the places with partners. We've presented the case of Sierra Leone. And from what I got from the Minister of Education, it's clear. They've had house loud and clear. To partners, I thank you very much. Let me re-echo the message of the President that our number one priority is free, quality education.
That's the voice of the federal legislator right there. He's the finance minister, current finance minister of Sierra Leone, and he's telling the Sierra Leonean people that free education, free and quality education can happen in Sierra Leone.
If people more, we request more. Consistent with the manifesto commitments and pronouncements in the presidential address to Parliament, the supplementary budget on July 13, 2018 increased public spending on education to 21% of GDP, higher than the average for sub-Saharan Africa. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to report at this stage the efforts of the Ministry of Finance in the implementation of your directive, your commitment, your manifesto pledge. The Ministry of Finance has released allocation of 32.7 billion and now being put allocation, and this allocation is now being processed by the Accountant General's Department. So far, we've received and validated bank accounts for 85% of primary junior secondary school and senior secondary school. We expect the outstanding to come in before the end of the month. The procurement of learning materials and science books is in progress. As the Minister of Education said, we are already set to finance the textbooks component. But I understand some curriculum review or adjustment is being carried out that may probably delay it. But amounts have been ring-fenced in the Ministry of Finance. Not the same ring-fence, it cannot be used to pay other things. So we didn't want other sector ministry to say you've paid 32 billion to the Ministry of Education. That means you have salaries of the Minister of Finance. This is for the provision of additional classes to people promoted to SS3 to catch up with those in SS4, so that technical and higher education, we've started the design of the student loan scheme. The relevance of the student loan scheme is to train people, personnel who will come back to the classroom to teach, to address the issue of teacher training. The student loan scheme, we've just gone to Ghana, Tanzania to study the models. Shortly, the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, will present to Cabinet for approval for the launch of the model for the student loan scheme.
Wow.
The bidding process for the purchase of 50 buses is on track. I understand that the bills have been advertised, bids have been submitted, and they will be open and evaluation carried out. The Minister of Transport is taking the lead on that. Revisions are going on with the textbooks. Your Excellency, I would like to assure the public here that given the directive for free education, the Ministry of Finance is prepared to make the available resources.
Wow.
Is prepared to provide the technical backstopping.
Former Vice Presidents, Chief Minister, Honourable Ministers, Members of Parliament, members of the diplomatic community, the press, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the children. As the Chief Minister just said, you should have been listening to the head of the United Kingdom's Department for International Development here in Sierra Leone, which is the coordinating agency of the local donors group. Unfortunately, Mary is still in the UK, so you're going to have to put up with me, I'm afraid. It does give me great pleasure as the Acting British High Commissioner to present today on behalf of the development partners. Let me begin by congratulating the Government of Sierra Leone for its leadership of this important agenda that of ensuring children of Sierra Leone receive 12 years of free quality education in schools. This is reflected in the actions taken thus far to ensure sustained allocations of 20% of the national budget per year are spent on education. We commend this effort and are pleased to see the commitment, as you've already heard, has been exceeded this year. We are fully supportive of the Government of Sierra Leone's free quality school education programme. Development partners have been working very closely with the Honourable Minister, Mr. Alpha Timbo. He talked earlier on about the sleepless nights that he and his colleagues have been having, but they've made tremendous progress throughout the summer, and we've seen the energy and effort that has gone into ensuring parents and pupils reap the initial benefits in September. This launch marks the beginning of an exciting journey under the government's new direction. At its heart, DFID and the organisations I have been asked to represent here today consider the long-term objectives of free quality education to mean three key things. That children of school age are in school and learning, and that those in rural areas can expect the same quality of education as those in urban areas. Secondly, that regardless of a child's gender, social background or disability, he or she will have the same opportunities to flourish and achieve their true potential. And finally, that girls are supported to go to school and feel safe, that they complete the full education cycle and can go on to play an active role in society. His Excellency the President will announce full details of the package to be implemented under the first phase, so there can be no doubt as to what the public can expect at the beginning of the year. We're delighted to see that free access for all children attending government-assisted schools will be introduced next month. This is the first step, as other speakers have said, along the road to phasing in a free quality education programme that is available to all children. We commend the ongoing preparation to ensure school subsidies and teachers' salaries reach recipients when due and are sufficient to cover expenses, so that schools do not have to pass on the cost to the pupils. We are heartened to know that the likely increase in pupil enrolment at the start of term will be met with a sustained commitment to bring non-approved schools into the system through a clear and timely registration process. We are equally focused on supporting the government and the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education in particular to ensure the quality and inclusiveness of the free quality school education package keeps pace with the increased access. That is why I'd like to end with a short statement with brief details of the complementary assistance that DFID and their fellow development partners, and you've heard there are many of them, are providing to improve the quality of education outcomes in Sierra Leone. In pre-primary, we will support the expansion of preschool classes and community-based centres and conduct teacher training and curricular development for early grade learning. We will provide books, pencils, pens and chalk in some of the most disadvantaged schools to ensure that no child is prevented from attending school due to lack of funds. We will support the government's efforts to improve the quality of teaching and learning through continuous professional development, particularly at the primary level. We will contribute to the much needed renovation of junior secondary school infrastructure in selected rural areas. We will provide textbooks in English and maths to students in all secondary schools in the country, as well as one-to-one coaching for teachers on their effective lesson planning. We will reward schools in disadvantaged local councils with supplementary grants based on good performance to purchase much needed teaching and learning materials and carry out infrastructure repairs and maintenance. And finally, we are all ensuring our support in schools is tailored to enabling adolescent girls to continue in education. We stand ready to provide further assistance in the form of support to communications and international and national experts to build the capacity of government to deliver on this crucial phase of the free education programme now and during the years ahead. We firmly believe that the key to sustainability, breaking the cycle of poverty caused by a lack of access to quality education, is to phase the support provided under this new programme in an affordable way so that this promise and commitment becomes a certainty. The government has signalled its intent to lead the country into a new golden era for education in Sierra Leone. I hope you will join me in adding our collective support to this great endeavour, which will require momentum and a concerted effort to ensure the tangible outputs of free education are felt by all. We hope that together the long-lasting impact will be a more prosperous Sierra Leone which is able to invest in its future and give all children, regardless of gender, disability or social background, a chance to contribute to their country's development. And in conclusion, we've heard people talk about the need for this to continue. My children attend a school in Scotland called Strathallan, and it has a slogan that is on their emails, their letterheads and their websites. And that slogan is opportunities for all to excel. And this is a school in the UK, so it's been doing this for a long time. All is always in bold print to emphasise the school's ethos that every single child has the ability to excel somewhere across the curriculum. They just need the opportunity. Today's launch of free quality school education is the start of providing exactly that for all the children of Sierra Leone, the opportunity for all to excel. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take do small analysis here, and then we continue from there. But that's the launch of the. Sorry, let me put my microphone on. That is the launch of the formal launch of the free education scheme in Sierra Leone, in Freetown, Sierra Leone, by the President Weah. I think it took place 2 months ago, and by this September now, the children in Freetown, Sierra Leone, as you heard from one of the sponsors there, that's the UK ambassador or High Commissioner in Sierra Leone. From this year, I mean, up to 12 years. That means, from first grade to 12th grade, it's free. I mean, they are saying absolutely free because the state is sponsoring it, and there are sponsors as well from across the world are also in partnership with them to give them the needed support. And as you can hear from the ambassador there, it's a clear indication that the particular scheme is going to work in Sierra Leone. We'll come to the part that the president spoke at this event. But I just let me add up again and just say, I want to reiterate this call here to the president. The lines are open now. You can call if you want to call, and let's hear from you too. What you think about this initiative, this call that I'm making now this afternoon to our president, for us to at least for him to launch a free education. I mean, we don't have to go all the way to 12th grade, but at least from preschool level to 9th grade. We can try that for 2 years or so and see how it goes. And who knows, maybe partners will come in tomorrow when they see us making good use of something like this. They will say, well, I mean, Liberia doing this, I mean, for the benefit of the children, let's help them. So even this begging, we're going around to beg or so, instead of all begging for maybe just cash, We can do it the other way. Come and help us, revamp our education, and let's build a system. Come and help us and see how we can partnership to actually give opportunity to our children to go to school. Because, I don't know, in terms of percentage, because we don't normally. You go to any website, you go even to Ministry of Education website, you won't find any percent. I don't think you'll find a percentage of the ratio between those that are in school, are going to school actively, and those that are not. Because even last year, almost every year I'm there. Most of the time in the morning, I would leave my house to come take a walk, somewhere around the road to see children. And the moment I take a walk a little bit, I have a market in my area. Sometimes I see the number of children that I see going to school. I see the other ones in the market who are there with their parents or so, school age. I say, well, if I take the number of children in this market, in this small market here, and go to another market and take the number of children that are there, and go to another market, and go to another, and go across the country. Perhaps my belief would be that I think we have more children that aren't going to school as compared to those that are going to school. We don't think, it should be this way. Yeah, it shouldn't be this way. So let's see. Let's listen to President Weah right now as he launched the because during the lunch, actually, it was in a. I mean, I enjoyed the program so much today. Still, like I didn't want him to actually finish talking that day. I'm just trying to find. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
As President, during my address on the occasion of the state opening of the first session of the 5th Parliament this year. In both documents, education is espoused as a powerful instrument of national development and progress. As President, in order to demonstrate my commitment to education, and in keeping with my promise, my government has increased the budgetary allocation to education to 21% of the national budget. And several other strides have been taken already in this short time to commence the implementation of free quality school education program. However, we cannot do this alone as a government. And that is why we are calling on our development partners and friends to come on board and support this program. In the coming years, with the maintenance regime to be prescribed by the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. And finally, the rehabilitation and reconstruction of government and government-assisted schools. Therefore, with the first phase of the free quality school education program, I am delighted to announce that commencing 17 September 2018, there will be no fees, no admission fees in government and government-assisted schools for pre-primary, primary, junior, and secondary school education. Timely fee subsidy payments to government and government-assisted schools. Free accelerated primary school learning program in the Ministry of Education non-formal learning centers. Free exercise books, pens, etc. for students attending government and government-assisted schools. Free chalk registers, sporting equipment, etc. Free 4 core subject textbooks for pupils attending government and government-assisted schools with support from DFID. MPSC, Beke, WAS, NGQ, free for students attending government and government-assisted schools. More schools in deprived and underserved areas benefiting from school feeding through the support of CRS, WFP, JAM, and Government of Sierra Leone. More trained and qualified teachers placed on the government payroll. Much needed furniture supplied to schools badly in need of in all districts. Preliminary work on the infrastructure for selected schools in all districts. Whilst my government will provide all of the above during the first phase of the implementation of the Free Quality School Education Program, it is worth noting that 17 September 2018 is just the date for the start of the first phase, not the date on which everything will be completed. It is also important to know that whilst government will be covering all core costs as described earlier, parents and guardians will also be required to show commitment to the education of the children by covering the following ancillary costs during the implementation of the first phase of Free Quality School Education Program. These ancillary costs will include footwear, transportation to and from school, where applicable, extra or additional pencils, pens, erasers, exercise books, etc., above the allocation per child by the government. Optional subject textbooks, and finally, school uniform. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me also be very clear. Parents, guardians, teachers, school heads, and proprietors should note that inefficient and effective teaching and learning will have no place in our educational system. While the government is prepared to cover the cost of one repeat per level of schooling, the cost of more than one repetition will have to be covered by the parent or the guardian. This means that it is the responsibility of teachers to teach properly and the duty of parents and guardians to ensure that the child goes to school, stays in school for the full day and has time at home to rest, do homework and study. Subjecting the child to excessive domestic chores, sending him or her to the street for trading instead of studying will not be accepted anymore. Also, I wish to remind parents and guardians that the current Education Act of 2004 makes it compulsory for parents, including guardians, to send their children to school to receive primary and junior secondary education. The Education Act further provides that parents, including guardians, who and secondary education commit an offense and shall be liable. Teachers, school heads, and proprietors should note that inefficient and effective teaching and learning will have no place in our educational system. While the government is prepared to cover the cost of one repeat per level of schooling, the cost of more than one repetition will have to be covered by the parent or the guardian. This means that it is the responsibility of teachers to teach properly and the duty of parents and guardians to ensure that the child goes to school, stays in school for the full day and has time at home to rest, do homework, and study. Subjecting the child to excessive domestic chores, sending him or her to the street for trading instead of studying will not be accepted anymore. Also, I wish to remind parents and guardians that the current Education Act of 2004 makes it compulsory for parents, including guardians, to send their children to school to receive primary and junior secondary education. The Education Act further provides that parents, including guardians, who neglect to send their children to school for primary and secondary education commit an offense and shall be liable on conviction to a fine you seem to like that. Let me go over that again. The Education Act further provides that parents, including guardians, who neglect to send his or her child for primary and secondary school education commits an offense and shall be liable on conviction to a fine or imprisonment or both.
Education, Honorable Alpha Timbo, upon other children, retired Brigadier Julius.
Contract in Sierra Leone today. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me to give another round of applause for His Excellency the President. Contract in Sierra Leone today. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me to give another round of applause for His Excellency the President. And as His Excellency outlined the domestic commitment of the government and the new direction, now is the time to invite the First Lady, Madam Fatima Jabibio, to formally launch the multi-donor free education basket trust fund and lead the pledges together with the Chief Minister.
Assalamu alaikum. His Excellency, the President, my husband, retired Brigadier Julius Malavio, Honorable Vice President, Honorable Speaker of Parliament, my Lord the Chief Justice, honorable members of Parliament, ministers of government, members of the diplomatic and consular corps, Your Worship the Mayor of Freetown Municipality, mayors of other city councils and chairmen of district councils, our development partners, revered paramount chiefs, pupils and students, members of the Fourth Estate, civil society organizations, the entertainment industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. As we set off on the new pathway to address our development challenges, forward a proposal to closely work with the Office of the President, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, the Mayor's Office, our local councils, to ensure my full participation in not just help send our children to school, but ensure that they stay in school so that His Excellency's dreams stay alive. As the President has already donated his
From our pledge, His Excellency the President has made it very clear will lead by example. Gone are the days where governments go cap in hand, begging. His Excellency the President wants to own this program. He wants Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans to own this program of free education. So hence the pledge. And His Excellency the President has kindly agreed to keep the ball rolling. So we will now invite His Excellency the President to lead. I will now ask the First Lady to lead on that aspect, since I'm not qualified to do so.
Mr. President,
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with tacit approval, the First Lady, I will pledge 3 months of my presidential salary to the free education. Whatever that amounts to, the Minister of Finance, we deduct it from, we take everything from source and just transfer it. Thank you very much.
President of the Republic, the Right Honorable Dr. Mohamed Joseph.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First Lady, His Excellency, since my boss has decided to give 100% of his salary, I will divide that to 2. I will pledge 50% of my salary for the next 1 year. And also, as a Fulani man, I will also pledge 10 cows for the school feeding program. I thank you very much.
That quality education that has just been launched by His Excellency the President. In the light of that, I would like on behalf of Parliament and parliamentarians to make 2 pledges. The first pledge is that Parliament stands ready to enact any legislation that may be required to give efficacy to the free quality education that has just been launched. In particular, if there are any gaps in the 2004 Education Act, those gaps would be filled. The second pledge, and as I say, I have not had the opportunity to consult with my members of Parliament, but I'm sure they will gladly forgo 1 month's salary, including myself, to be spread over 12 months.
Okay, so we're going to stop there for now. We're just trying to actually to share with you about what took place in Sierra Leone a couple of months ago when the president actually launched this free education, free quality education scheme for I mean primary level, secondary level as well. So when a child starts school today at the age of 3, until they graduate, they finish with the 12th grade, they graduate from high school, free and quality. They even add in the word quality there. Free and quality education for all across the board. And you just heard how this particular scheme will be supported. They are partners, international partners, through the ambassador or UK ambassador to Sierra Leone. You heard him. They are committed to supporting this cause. And then the president kicked the ball rolling. Full salary, 3 months of his full salary should go straight to the basket. And the rest of the ministers as well, because that day we can go through everything now, watch the whole program, but I try to show you, I think, a few other guys. The ministers came, some of them pledged, 50% of their salary for 12 months. So for example, if you receiving $1,000 every year, for example, or every month, sorry, that means $500 will be, you pledge $500 to go to the scheme for 12 months. Wow. Yeah, these guys are serious though. They are serious in Sierra Leone. Very, very serious. Imagine it going across the board to all the ministers. Imagine the Speaker of the House, the one that spoke last before we left from there. He pledged on behalf of the House. Imagine how many members there. And so let me come back to the drawing table here. Mr. President, George Weah. I want to call, as we come to the end of this program, I want to call upon you. Right now, too many of our children are not going to, the parents have said that they don't have money to send them to school. They don't have it. They can't afford. They can't afford. So, Mr. President, I plus other Liberians this afternoon, we are appealing to you, Mr. President, President George Weah, to please, we can't do it as well. We all came from, if comparing Freetown, comparing Sierra Leone, we all came from the same battleground yesterday. We graduated from the same warfare. They are empowering the future of the people of Sierra Leone through education. And the president kept saying free and quality education. We are begging you, Mr. President. We want you to launch it for us. We will support you. We will support you. Even if it costs you to get in the street like what a former President Samuel Kanyado did then when the United States were behind us to pay back their debt. President, I still remember as a young child coming up, I still remember being somewhere around West Point when the president came there that morning, one Saturday morning, and he was in his short trouser and everything. He was appealing to the Liberian people that everybody, even if you get 1 cent, 2 cents or so, you should put it in the basket for us to pay the U.S. debt. Liberian people, marketers as well. The old people were putting their small thing inside there. So let me be part of this. Now, if we can do that, I am sure if you're talking about education for the children of Liberia, every Liberian, whether they are at home or abroad, if you open that basket right now and say, please support the scheme, this particular scheme, free and quality education scheme for Liberia, from at least from ABC, let me put it that way, to 9th grade, it is going to be free. And the education will be full of nothing but quality one. I am ready, and I know many people that are listening, that are actually listening right now, are also ready to join. We'll fill that basket and we'll support that cause because it is for the benefit of our children. I don't care whether my children are not in Liberia right now, or we benefit from it. No. But every child, that child that was born this morning in that village, in that town this morning in Liberia, I am talking about the future of that child. when we establish such, and we keep monitoring, evaluating it, and keep sponsoring it, we are preparing a great future for our family. Mr. President, I'm begging you, we're begging you. This one, please. We can even start by, first of all, in 2 weeks' time or so, or next week, you will be leaving to travel to the States to attend the UNGA, UN General Assembly meeting. Mr. President, let us start from there. If you have planned to carry 30 delegates with you, please cut it down. Even 10 members of, really people that really need to go with you, fine. Like can go and do some lobbying over there, or whatsoever, ministers, your cabinet minister. 10 will be okay, Mr. President. Let us don't go beyond 10 this time around. It's too costly. We are complaining that we don't have money. So, Mr. President, my appeal again on this one is this one. Please, Mr. President, please, you shouldn't carry more than 10 on this trip to the States to attend the UNGA. Yeah. We know some of your leaders, your counterparts from across Africa, they will be there. Some of them, actually, what I'm talking here, exactly that what they will do. If we are complaining that we don't have money, we have to make use of the little we have. We can't be complaining of money, and the little one we have, that at least we can spread around to reach some other people one way or the other, we are misusing it. What hurting me right now is the 16,000, alleged 16,000 US dollars that was used by one man to upgrade a flight seat. You know how many children that would have benefited on that? I mean, from that kind of money today. Their children are not. Let's say children are not going to school because they don't have school fees, or they don't have, the requirements. Yet we say we have private, government schools. We have state-sponsored schools, but still, parents can't even afford to register their children. Now, one thing we need to do as well, like I said it last time, we need to revamp the educational sector of Liberia. We need to revamp it. If you're wasting money like this, if we are wasting money like this, isn't it really hurtful that we sit on today, our mothers, our market mothers, grandmothers, they're sitting down somewhere spending whole day trying to put someone at $5 one side to say, I want to register my grandson. I want to register my daughter tomorrow. I want to buy a uniform. I want to buy books. I want to buy shoes for them. This isn't working properly, Mr. President. This isn't working properly. For me, I'm appealing to you, Mr. President. Education is vital. This is why you've been telling us your story. We believe in your story. That people were molesting you, that because you didn't earn this, you didn't earn that, you say you went back to school. So you see how education is important? Please, let us not deny the children the opportunity. We can make it. If you launch anything of such equivalent to what President Manda Bio did, Liberian people will support you. We will get behind you. Let's forget about those that are saying education is not important. It is. And you know this, Mr. President. Let us not deny Those children are supposed to start school this year. For the first time, they're supposed to be in a classroom. We shouldn't deny their opportunity. We shouldn't deny them that opportunity, Mr. President. We can do it. Let's join hands together. Please. I want to stop here since I'm not getting people who are more maybe interested in listening to me or what I was sharing as well. Since I'm not getting calls, let me take some of your views, and perhaps we can just wrap up on this segment, because I need to come back later this afternoon of my time. And let me welcome and let me extend my thanks and appreciation to all of you that have been watching this broadcast, and thanks for sharing. I see a lot of I see the great number who shares. Actually, 31 people share this talk show. Thank you so much. All right, let's take this from I'm looking for points. Greetings. I'll greet you back. All right, Sarah Hine. Sarah says, good job, brother. We won you at ELBC. Thank you so much for your recommendation, recognition as well. Julu Care, regular, always regular on the platform. The President Weah has refused to go after corrupt government officials or fighting corruption or punished the warlords in Liberia. What makes you think that the President Weah will give free education to its citizens of Liberia, Mr. Max? Well, Julu, I mean, at the end of the day, where we see the lapses, we have to talk about it. That's why, for me, constructive criticism will always be my agenda. And we criticize you constructively, and be able to also advance a kind of a solution, how we can find a solution to the problem. Jiba Rose, as you say, thanks for the show, Max. Thank you too. Julu came back. He says, yeah, I think the solution to Liberia problems is to bring in the that's the War Crime Code, and under Liberia laws, we as Liberians should punish President Weah for standing in the way of the WCC, that's the War Crime Code, at least 2 years in prison. This is my stand against President Weah for right now. I'm not going that with you, because I'm not waiting now for us to have anything of that nature. Let's propound, issues. That put issues on the table to debate and call on the president to take stand. Or Francois Mentor says, yeah, so good to hear, bro. Thank you so much. Let's go down the line. Angeline Jopo Kellen, thank you so much, Angeline. She started following for quite a while. One at a time, Max. Once we establish the War and Economic Crime Code, we can now start pushing for other social justice issues. Well, I mean, this one is a right. Education is a right, right? Not a privilege. So we can do it right now. In Sierra Leone, let me tell you the latest news now. They are gearing towards to actually sue the former president of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, based on, I was talking to a journalist this morning before I came on in Freetown, what they're hearing there, based on her own contribution to the MPFL, because it is the same MPFL issue that landed Mr. Taylor today in jail for Sierra Leone war. So they are planning to now sue President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And also, yesterday, there are more than 8 lawyers, human rights lawyers came together, and they have decided to also take a lawsuit against the ECOMOG forces that were in Sierra Leone for the mayhem they carried there as well. the president is running his government, President Bio. Last month he launched this free and quality education scheme. They are doing other things, so a lot is going on. You can't say that, you know, which you just focus on that. We got the money, Angeline. Somebody, one person is paying. I mean, there you go. I don't even know how to put it. One person, a minister, is paying $16,000 to change, to just upgrade your seat. That's $16,000. You now, I don't know which part of the world you live in. You can go to Liberia, I don't know how many times. If you really, you know, to buy, you know, return tickets. Or that's $16,000. You give it to, you know, some kind of elementary and junior high school in the county and see, you know, how much will our kids not, let's say, benefit from there. So the money is there. We can tackle all the issues, especially developmental issues, something that will benefit us tomorrow. So we can launch this particular, the president can launch this particular free education, free and quality education for Liberia, and we keep the ball rolling. Okay, Angeline is back. I heard 60 people, not even 30. Okay, I was talking about I don't want, you know, that's why I'm saying that I didn't call any name. I didn't call any number with respect to how many people are traveling with the president on this trip to the UNEGA. But all I am appealing to, that please do not carry even up to 30. 10 people will be okay. Yeah, at most. Because you still carrying securities anyway. Then, you know, I mean, the expense is too much. You will still carry securities. You carry special, I know, I call it special, our president used to call them special assistant. So they also be there also. Yeah, so that's it. So cut down, especially the official of government. The finance minister, I know you're going on the trip again, but please, Mr. Finance Minister, please, this time around, do not please upgrade your ticket. Please. That's 16,000 US dollars. Yeah, you imagine how many family members are right now saying that they can't even go to, they can't afford to send their children to government school, government assisted schools. And somebody's wasting $16,000? How many people going to bed sleep? I mean, with not eating, you know, real meal? How many of our parents or our family people are sleeping rough today due to, how they call, due to flooding in Liberia? You know how many of them? So many. Right now they are sleeping rough. Some of them are not even having, you know, bottle of water to drink. We launched this appeal the last time, Citizens Against Disaster. We say we want to raise money. I'm on the radio every day in almost every day in Liberia, appealing to the people that look, this thing that happened to these people, they are our own people. We need to come together. Let us raise funds and let us bring things together and go and identify with these people. Nobody. Very, very, the poor people that we you know, some are not even expecting to give this, that they don't want going to Joy FM and going to give their $200, $100, $50 or so. And somebody's going to waste 16,000 USD, and our people, the floods kick them out of their homes, and they are sleeping rough. They're not having food. They're not having adequate food. Their children might not even start this September to go to school because they are displaced. What kind of people are we? Okay, let me go quickly. Shepherd say, we the people not going to make this protest lazy. Okay, There's new talk in town now in Liberia, honestly. Up to now, I haven't even understand what I mean. Okay, Angeline, she's back. I understand it's a right, not a privilege, Max. I agree with you, but how can we run when we are not even sitting properly, my brother? Okay. Thanks for your contribution, and thanks for joining in. All right, we're gonna make a stop here. Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know we're already more than an hour here on the program here. So we're gonna stop here for today, and hopefully by the grace of God, we'll be back later this evening, later this afternoon, on another edition of well, on a different segment of the program anyway.
Africa's oldest independent republic.